happening for 5-10 minutes.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
like I have to do with my kids to go turn it off.
Let's be responsible here, folks. Yeah. Okay.
There you go. So
now that increase, Mayor, will go into effect when? What bill?
July.
In July.
Okay. So that will start in July.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So more than likely, see, we just got the bill here, so we're in, for the month of May. Then you won't have one for June, and then you'll get your bill in July.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So you'll see that coming. So that's one of the big items right there. Next month there'll be a call for a public hearing, which you always have to do when you're doing a budget. And my guess is, like everybody else, we'll be doing pretty much probably the same budget that they had last year, maybe just a little more items. But they're I think everybody is going to use the term that I use, a cautious budget right now, because we've lost sales tax. I mean, the state alone during this stay-at-home first order. This is going to shock you, but and most people out there. But the state, just on sales tax alone, revenue lost between 1.5 and 2.5 billion, and yes, I said $1 billion.
Wow.
Okay,
and that affects so many different departments. I had a news story last week about DOT, and some things going on there, and how much the revenues. It's going to be far-reaching all over the state, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And I didn't even mention the fact that, remember, the gas prices went down to $1.40.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you had nobody driving around. So your roads get repaired and bridges get redesigned and rebuilt based on the sales tax from fuel. Well, they lost billions of dollars of revenue from the gas sales tax as well.
Yeah.
Those are two separate entities. I don't know the exact number on that, but projects that were slated for like now have been put on hold for the next year to 2 years out because of it.
Yeah.
So, right now there's roads that I'd like to see paved here in Madison that I'm just quite honestly, and I'm sure over in Madison, Stonewall, the whole county right now is going to have to take a back seat right now, and the state's prioritizing what is most critical to what is least critical right now to get done based on funding. I mean, the reserve that the state put out has pretty much been used up, because they put $75 million into a small business that is going to be managed by Golden Leaf. So people that have their small businesses can apply. Like Burlington just put in, and they got like $337,000, but you have to qualify for it, meet certain standards. And I looked at it, and Kevin's looking at it to see if we qualify, and we have to put this in before May the 22nd, because it came out on May the 7th. So we're looking into that, see if we can help with the small businesses. We've already got some money for them already. A small amount, we got them some.
Good.
But in any case,
but that's got to be done by the end of next week, then.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So and then it's just everybody's suffering from this right now. It's going to take. My guess, we're talking a year to 2 years before we finally get back to normal. I don't see us. You and I talked earlier. We're a fast food generation. I want to order it. I want it now. Well,
right.
It's not going to happen now.
No.
We're going to have to just throttle back, and just prioritize and put out what you can, and then what you can't do, push that to a later time. So.
Yeah. It's changing a lot of plans, that's for sure.
Yeah, it is. I mean, our rec department, for example, they've done a great job down there, but they've lost considerable amount of revenue because their sports programs have not been able to carry on, because of what's going on.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to help them and get them back. But right now, their budget, they've got their budget, they've got the money in there that they used to not have, and their expenses are below that. So that's a good thing for them.
Yeah.
But that's just an example of just one small element out there.
Well, I wanted to mention also, you mentioned the businesses that are now reopening slowly and different hours and all of that, but it is so important that we continue the best we can to support our local businesses, isn't it, Mayor?
It is. I mean, I was looking at our report right now, and I want to stress, please, Daniel's doing a great job down there, with what he's doing, turning the store to. He got real smart turning a grocery store. I've got 2 police officers that are going to open up a business down there. One has got a wine, tasting place down there. It's going to open up. One of my other officers, she's going to open up down next to the upper parking area on Murphy Street, where you get these smoothies that they're alternative for a meal. Now, they're like $7, and there's one place in Reedsville that does it, and they're knocking it out of the park there. Mm-hmm. So she's going to be opening up. So we got some things that are coming in. But when I looked at this report from the finance, our sales tax is right around $47,000, and that's considerably low from where it would be if we weren't dealing with this COVID-19.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So, as this opens up, yes, continue to shop, but take the social distancing procedures that you're supposed to do and enjoy yourself and help these businesses out. So,
yeah.
all over the place.
That's exactly right. Yeah. Well, it's tough for the business community, that's for sure. So whatever we can do to support them is a great idea. Okay.
Yeah, they are the lifeline for any municipality.
Mm-hmm.
So and I hate it. We all do, but this is something we're going to have to do.
That's exactly right.
Listen to the governor, and do what I don't care who's up there, Republican or Democrat, the governor, but listen to the one we got right now, and the procedures are what they are, and follow them, and we'll get through this. If you don't follow those procedures, you possibly could cause a delay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So we don't want to do that. So
no, we don't want to step back. And the cases, confirmed cases here in the county are still going up. I mean, so
they are, because there's more testing going on. I looked at this morning. There's 43 in Rockingham County, mm-hmm. where there wasn't that many that were being tested before. Now you've got people being tested. I mean, I get up every morning, but I go in my workout before I go walk and do my other stuff, and I will check my temperature every morning. I check it at noontime, and I check it at night before I go to bed. Mm-hmm. And when they say, well, that's kind of crazy to do that, you're compulsive. Well, you know what? It makes me sleep better.
Mm-hmm. So,
sure.
Well, yeah, that's fine. That's okay.
But that's why, I mean, we got 43. The good news, and I hate using that about it because I don't want to see anybody pass away, but if you're looking for any good news out of that, we haven't had but 2 pass away from it out of
early
that 43.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
So I hate saying it that way, but, it's better than saying like in New York where you got thousands, that have passed away from it.
Or even in neighboring counties, you look at Guilford and some others. Yeah, some big numbers
and
there.
That's exactly correct. And that's why I looked at this as a condition-based and based on, like I talked before, on science and not, pushed by time or economics. Yeah, I want to see the economics, but it's a balancing act. You've got to be careful in what you do. If you open up too soon, like they did in 1918, then you see it come back with a vengeance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we don't want that.
Nope. And there are varying opinions on that where we are right now, but we won't get into that. Yeah.
Yeah, and everybody's helping out, too. I got Gia's downtown. I talked to Mark Sorrell last week, and he and Sal have got everything in line, and they're going to be making hand sanitizer.
Oh, good for them. Okay.
So you got that going on. And I would say out there, I mean, you got people that are making masks, and God bless them that they're out there making masks right now, to help out. Mm-hmm. So that's a good thing right there, And I'd say the best is there's a temperature there's a myth that comes out that says, well, as it gets hotter, this goes away. No, that's not true.
No.
That has nothing to do with it right there. But what it does do, it helps everybody get outside, and and breathe a whole lot better. I mean, one of the things they mentioned in 1918 that we are doing right now was open your windows to your house.
Mm-hmm. Like we used to do.
Yes, open up, let the house air out, let the stuff go there.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a wet, when you cough, this is a wet spray that gets out there and sticks and goes on to places. That's why you should be wiping everything down. So. And
I was talking to someone just yesterday, about staying inside and that kind of thing, that we're kind of really doing some harm to our immune system. We do need to get out and get in some sunshine, some fresh air, and that's very important.
Oh, yeah, and that goes to, I walk around this town. There's no excuse for anybody having high grass and weeds.
Mm-hmm.
You should be out taking this. Is one time your yard should get yard of the month.
Yeah, that's right. And make sure you got time to wash your car. And we've been cleaning up the basement, and we're getting a lot done here at home.
Yeah, I painted. I've got stuff inside. I've got stuff I've been doing outside. I got an above ground pool going in next week. So I've been getting ready for that and that's my grandson's new toy whenever he comes to visit.
Oh, how nice. That's great.
Yeah. So, but, I like being outside. So, I get outside, breathe the fresh air, let that vitamin E hit you from that big fireball in the sky.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Oh, it sounds like a song almost there. That's good.
Yeah.
Well,
good Lord, if I had a dog sitting, well, I do. Man and I would have a country song right there.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You've got time to write one. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, Mayor, before our time gets away, anything else we need to mention?
No, just reiterate, we're following the governor's guidelines, and we all have to do that. And, eventually, we'll get. Oh, by the way, just an update. Our river project is not taking a hit by this right now.
Oh, good.
Right now, all our permits are being worked, and they're just about all done. And so, we've had to close that down. And what that means is you can't gather down there and sit on the beach. I don't control the river, but I do own the property that gets down to the river.
Mm-hmm.
And right now we've got it closed until it opens up and the governor allows that, to be able to go down there. You can still go down there and get in the river and kayak and canoe or float down. But you've got to remember, you can't go down there and be ganging up like 20 and 30 when it gets to be 80 and 100 degrees until we're allowed to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So when the gate's locked, you're not supposed to be climbing over that thing.
Yeah,
so
okay.
I ask people to work with that. And then back to the project, though, this delayed us, but it's not going to, we're still getting it done. It's probably going to work out to the better, where in September we'll start bringing the big boulders and things in and start putting them down there and then putting them in the river. The intakes are already being redone and stuff down there now. So that thing is tracking.
Good.
So we're okay with that.
I'm glad you mentioned that. Yeah, and I did talk to Lee Mitchell last week. We had a program, and he says the Dan River boat race is on schedule this time, too.
Good. Yeah, that's right. I mean, where we thought we might have to cancel it with doing the river project, but since this changed that model to slide a few months out into the fall, it's actually been beneficial to the rec department.
That's right. Yeah. Good. Okay. All righty. Well, I need to go search through some things, make sure I've got my new swim trunks ready when the pool opens.
You bet.
Mayor, it's always a pleasure to have you on the program here. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, and thank you all for the citizens. Please stay safe, get out, social distance, continue to do that, and just God bless everybody.
All the best.
By the way, this is Memorial Weekend coming up in a couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
That, in the Corps, we always said starts the 100 days of summer. Okay, that goes to Labor Day. So please be careful in what you do. We want everybody to be around for the next year. Okay?
Yeah.
And then this is our veterans who have passed away. For Memorial Weekend. So
yes, let's certainly remember what that's about. And And yeah, as I want to reiterate what you said a couple of minutes ago, as we're getting